I got here. Are we live? We are live. This is Cash McCallum, and I am coming to you live from my office right here in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. It's Simply Vegas, right? I had to get on this YouTube live tonight because I had to reach out to anybody that's listening out there, and especially clients of mine, past clients, friends, family, or anybody that wants to listen, because there's so much information going on in real estate right now. It's a hot topic, and a lot of people are talking about what's going on with the lawsuit, what's happening with interest rates, what the Fed is talking about, what the Fed is doing, right? The 10-year Treasury. All these things are coming up on a daily basis, And there's so many different opinions and thought processes going on. People freaking out about it. Some people not too concerned about it at all. Some people haven't even heard of what's going on, right? But if they're going to buy or sell real estate anytime soon, they're going to find out that there are some changes coming along with this National Association of Realtors, the NAR lawsuit that has already done, and it is going to be changing how commissions are paid to buyer agents really soon. So just want to see if I got all this working out perfect here on my live. Looks like we're rocking and rolling and going here. Wanted to say that starting this here Tuesday nights, my Cash Talks, we're talking all things real estate, and I'm going to be bringing you information, the latest, the hottest information, straight from the heart, no bars hold, and we're going to talk about real estate from the trenches, right? I have an interesting perspective to bring people about real estate. I've been selling real estate, buying and selling real estate for 16 years, working with clients, started in the crash, right? Got to learn how real estate was done in the crash of 2008 and been going strong and alive ever since, 16 years now. I want to let you know that I sell real estate. I'm licensed and sell real estate in 3 states, right? Southern California, Santa Clarita, right? And the surrounding areas out there. Also, Idaho, Boise, Treasure Valley, and the surrounding areas up there. You got Nampa, Caldwell, you got Middleton, you've got Eagle, Meridian, Boise, of course. All those areas right there, I service that area as well. And fabulous Las Vegas. That's right. We're selling real estate right here too. Loving Las Vegas. There is so much to offer here in Las Vegas. It's insanely crazy here. The food, the entertainment, you know Las Vegas already, but the communities that are here are mind-blowing. Really, when you really start looking into Las Vegas, you're going to be shocked, if you haven't yet already, about the communities that are just so off the strip and nothing to do with the strip and downtown and gambling and all that, and casino and, mobsters and all those things that you might feel are associated with Las Vegas, which they are, right? But if you want to live here, there are plenty of communities, lots of space and room away from the strip, nothing to do with it. And it's going to be a really great place for you to check out for family and community. So if you ever have questions about Las Vegas or any of these areas, call me anytime. We can talk about Idaho, Santa Clarita, of course, which I love as well. And just listed a property down there too. I'm going to talk to you about those in a minute here, but we're going to talk about interest rates, and we're going to talk about the Fed, and then I'll get back a little bit more on the National Association of Realtors here, what's going on with the lawsuits here. So what's going on with interest rates right now? Guess what? A month ago, they were over 7%. Today, my lender in Glendale, I talked to him this evening, 6%. For a par borrower, meaning top credit, no problem with this borrower, 6% he can get you right now. It was 5.99 yesterday, but rates didn't improve any today. They kind of went up a tad bit. And this is part of what I want to talk about, that if you're out there on the fence and you've been waiting for rates to come down, well, guess what? They're down a whole point from a month ago, okay? That's a huge savings, right? And consumer confidence is going to start picking up with that. And if these rates come down anymore, it's going to even get busier. But here's how it works, just so you know. When the Fed was talking about a 1/4 point cut in September, right? And the stock market did what it did. And a lot of the lenders out there have already factored those numbers into their rates. So they've already come down that 1/4 point, right? the effect has already taken place with what the Fed is talking about doing in September. So that's already numbered in, right? So that's where we're getting our rates dropped already. They were starting to come down a little bit. Then the Fed talked about dropping the rate. The lenders have already incorporated those numbers. And here we are now at a 6 to maybe a 6.25, just depending on your credit and all that, right? So make sure you reach out to lender if you are thinking of buying a home. This is a good time to look at that, all right? So what I feel with the Fed, because the Fed is still going to meet mid-September, and I have a feeling he might drop that rate a little bit more, right? The quarter point I feel is already in there, but what if he does a half a point? Okay, then we have another quarter point that rate is going to come down. So it's going to start getting a little sexier right then. But here's what I want to share with you. The volatility of this, the Fed and the interest rates and what's been going on. If I'm looking to buy right now, I don't know if I'd be banking on that rate coming down anymore. It could, but it could also go back up because it's done that several times already. The rates come down, it pops back up. Comes down a little bit, pops back up. It's like a roller coaster ride. So I just want to share with you, if you are looking at buying a home and that rate is where it's at right now at 6% to 6.25%, listen, and you find a home that you like, go for it. In my opinion, if it was me, that's what I would do. Okay. So again, waiting for September and then also December, there might be another rate cut. Yes, they could get real sexy, but again, right now they're pretty darn good. And the affordability factor just improved for you. But the lower it goes, if you wait for it to go lower and lower and lower, more buyers are going to keep coming into the market. The lower it gets. And guess what? For it to get really low, something catastrophic is going to have to happen, right? Something bad is going to have to happen. World war, stock market crash, right? Tons of people losing jobs, horrible things for that rate to come down to probably get to, a number that you're wanting to finally jump off the fence. So if you're thinking about making a move, something to look at now, okay? Honestly. So let's talk about that National Association of Realtors lawsuit that's going on right now, right? And the changes that are coming with commissions. What I want to share with you, okay, is that this is the big difference that I see happening. We're going to see different conversations with our sellers and our buyers, right? And we're going to have new types of negotiations, added negotiations. But commissions are not going away. I know there's been some people going, "Oh, great! I sell my house. I don't have to pay a buyer a commission. That's going to save me anywhere from 2.5% to 3%." I wouldn't bank on that. It's always been that way. You've never had to offer a commission. Okay, it's always been negotiable, always, always, always. But now the commission that's being offered to the buyer agent, because they've always been baked into the listing. The sellers always already pre-negotiated that with the listing agent. The listing agent has taken a portion of that commission out of the full commission that he negotiated with the seller and going to offer it to the buyer on the MLS, advertising, if you will, that the buyer agents can see that if they bring their buyer and they close a deal successfully, that this is what they're going to make. They're going to make X dollars, 2.5, 3, sometimes 3.5 or 4%, maybe even 2%, somewhere in that ballpark, all across the country. 2.5 to 3% is going to be your averages, really, honestly. Because I sell real estate in 3 different states, things are a little different in each state. With the commissions that are offered, I see a difference there. And the way real estate is done is all basically pretty much the same, right, at the end of the day. But there are a couple little nuances that are a little different, how agents act and how people act too. So, and also some of the different important elements that they do come up in real estate in those different states. Idaho is really different. Listen, selling horse properties and big pieces of land and water rights are a big deal. I mean, it's like you got people out there like water rights are like gold, They get out there with your pitchforks, get off my water, boy, No, so that's something to really think about out there. And Southern California, you know how that is. We've got ADUs popping up all over the place. That's always a big question. What people could do with their property, they want to maximize every square inch of that property, right? And then squeeze maybe multiple families into a single family home. A lot of that happening today in Southern California, all over the United States, really, but Southern California, very popular. And with the new changes with ADUs becoming much easier to build, you can even build 2-story ADUs now in a backyard, right? And you don't, the owner doesn't have to reside in the home anymore. They can turn both into rentals, right? Is what my understanding is. And parking is not really anything mandatory about parking right now. It's kind of free for all, really. And I've seen some neighborhoods where parking has really picked up. You got multifamilies moving into one piece of property now, and it's hard to find a parking spot on some streets, right? So some of these are good things to think about when you're looking in different areas. You might want to see what's happening with potential ADUs, what's going on now, and what could possibly happen in the near future. So something to think about. But again, with National Association of Realtors lawsuits and the commission changes and the buyer's commission being removed from MLS, right? There is another change too coming up, okay? And this is really different. Well, not so different in a lot of states because they've always done this, a buyer-broker agreement, where when you meet a buyer, an agent meets a buyer, we sit down and we sign an agreement agreeing that I'm going to be your agent and we're going to work together for a set amount of time, 3 months, 6 months, whatever that number is going to be. And but now the difference is, right, here's the big kicker, that you also have to negotiate your commission because the buyer is going to pay the buyer's agent. That's a new one right there. Yes, that's a new one right there. So how's that going to work? Because buyers, they're already doing the down payment. They're paying the closing costs, 2.5% to 3%, right? So let's say on a $400,000 house, say it's 3%, you're looking at $12K for closing costs, right? And your down payment money that you have, if that's anywhere from 3.5% to 10 or 20%, right? And then, hey, now I got to pay 3% to a buyer's agent, another 12 grand. That's on a $400,000 purchase. Holy Christ, that's going to be expensive. First-time home buyers already are just stretched to the maximum right now. I mean, I feel so bad for first-time home buyers. But know this, okay? If you have a good agent representing you, okay, things could still be worked out. You're just going to have to get a little savvy about this. We're going to have some good discussions. We're going to have some good negotiations, right? There's ways to get around that, right? So don't be afraid to sign a buyer-broker agreement. You're going to have to. If you want to look at properties, agents can't show you properties anymore unless you have that buyer-broker agreement signed, right? So talk about the commission because you could also ask the sellers to still pay the commission. And on the seller side, if you're getting ready to list a property and you're feeling like, hey, I don't have to offer commissions anymore. If it's my house I'm selling, right, my own personal home, I'm offering a commission, and I'm offering a good commission. I'm not lowballing it. I'm offering a good, fair, adequate commission for selling my house, right? That's where I'm at. And honestly, I really feel that it's not going to really change. The commission thing is not going to change. Sellers are still going to be paying mostly for those commissions to the buyer agent, and they're going to write it up in the contract and ask you to do that in some form or another, right? Again, you don't have to. You could say, no, I'm not going to pay it, and then again, they don't have to buy your house either. So, it becomes a little game like that. But anyways, I hope this helps shed a little bit of light. Please comment below if you have any questions at all that you want to get some straight answers. I'm not going to try to paint a rosy picture for you of any sort. I'm not going to try to make things sound better or worse. I'm just going to tell you how I see it and how it is. And then you could decide how you want to feel about that, right? So comment below, please. And if you ever have questions, I'm here to help answer those anytime. Stay tuned because next Tuesday, we're going to come back again live from Las Vegas, and I'm going to be here to answer all of your real estate questions. Until then, this is Cash, and I'll see you then. All right. Take care, everybody.